What's up? Black men have to prioritize physical health over money. Now, if you're a black man out there and you're trying to self improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man, to learning black history, who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, having a more calisthenics based workout, becoming more financially literate, and also areas of coming together and learning how to organize with other black men in your community to help the black community rise and get to the next level. And not just the community, but you as an individual rising and improving as a black man. If you're interested in that, I have a deep dive guide on all of those things that are way more than what I just talked about. And if you're interested in that, the link for that will be in the comments of this video, the description of this video. And if you click on my channel in the bio section, you'll see the link for that. Back to the video. Now, I think a lot of times we have our priorities wrong because we take some things for granted, especially black men. There's so many black men you can run across who are fat, out of shape, and they're when you speak to them, they're constantly in the mindset of, man, I gotta make money, I gotta do this, I gotta go and get rich. It's like, it's not your body more important than money? Your body is way more important than money. I'd rather be a broke man who doesn't have anything, but I have my body, I have the health of my body, than being a super rich guy who's out of shape, who has illnesses, sicknesses, diseases, and he can't enjoy that money, right? So having your health and your quality of life through your bodily function is always going to be over any amount of money, because you can't enjoy it if you don't have your health, right? So that's one thing I want to emphasize in the black community with black men. We have to take care of our bodies more, because our bodies are more important than $1 billion. It's more important than $1 trillion. Your quality of life, the quality of your health is always going to be something that needs to be prioritized. And that's been one thing I've been trying to do in my life. Obviously, if I'm being honest, man, I slip up, I mess up, I do things out of emotion sometimes, and I regret that, and it makes me feel horrible, like I'm not doing something about my future, about my future health and my health now. So that's one thing we have to understand, bro. Don't be one of these guys in the black community where you're fat, you're out of shape, you're sick, but you're constantly worried about money. I would say worry about your body first. Worry about your health first. Prioritize your health. I'm not saying to neglect making money. I'm just saying that don't put money over your physical well-being. Never do that, right? And that's one thing we have to learn, and that's why we have to be more educated. And people in black men in the black community have to start emphasizing how important that is, because our metrics of success and somebody doing good in life is money, when it should be your bodily function. It should be the things that you really have control over, and the things that are right here in front of you. Your body is right here in front of you, right here on you. You're living in your body. So that's always something that has to be prioritized and talked about way more, because in the black community they teach you how to make money. They teach you, I mean, the black community don't teach you how to make money, but we worry about making money and having a job and having these things, but our mental health is gone, our physical health is gone. So that needs to be talked about even more than making money in the black community. Exercising, being healthy, not going to the extreme of you can't take. I mean, you got to be this gym rat type of dude, but just the basics of just taking care of yourself, man. Eating healthier, right? A lot of people you see that the centenarians and all this, people who live to 100 years old, they mainly have a plant-based diet, right? And I think that people, the human beings, we have potential to live a lot longer, but we have to start taking care of our health, and it needs to be prioritized over money. It's not even on the same level. It has to be prioritized over money. So just remember that, and ask yourself as a black man now, look around your environment, look at all the black men, and most of them are out of shape. Most of them don't take care of themselves. And I'm not talking about fat and just being fat. I'm talking about, you can be skinny and be out of shape. You can be fat and be out of shape. It's all about how you take care of your body, not where the natural state of your body is. It's a lot of dudes who naturally be built and strong and muscular and ripped, but that doesn't mean they're healthy though, right? Because that's how your body just naturally was. So the important thing to understand is all about how you treat your body. That's one thing that I really try to emphasize in my family more. And I fall and I slip and I mess up and I try not to be a hypocrite as much as I can. But yeah, man, I mess up with that a lot. Um, but I'm understanding it's something that I can never uh not try to prioritize, and it's something that I've improved on, because when I was younger, I was a lot worse. So I'm not trying to tell anybody out there that they got to be perfect, but I'm saying you should strive for being perfect. You should strive for improving and getting better, right? Because none of this stuff happens overnight. You don't start just eating healthier overnight and you have a perfect diet. No, it starts with taking those first steps and getting out of your comfort zone and just doing that over a long period of time until it's your norm. So that's the thing we have to understand, man. And money is good. Money is always something that has to be prioritized as well. But your health, nah, man. Your health is something can never be you can never take that for granted. And I think there are people who are older now in the black community. You see a lot of black men and a lot of black women. Now they care about their health, because they took it for granted when they were in their early 20s, when they were teenagers. They took it for granted when they had their health and they had their function. Now they're older and they never looked into it. They never tried to maintain any of that. And so they lost it. Now they're trying to get back in the gym to get back in shape, right? You don't want to be one of those dudes. You want to be the guy who stayed training all throughout his young years, all throughout him until he became an older man. And that's how you want to raise your family in that. And that's one of the beautiful things. Like whenever I have a family, I want to raise my kids eating healthy. I want to raise my kids understanding the importance of taking care of their body, right? And because guess what, I'm gonna be practicing that myself. So it's not just something I'm gonna teach to them. I'm gonna be practicing that myself, and my wife will also practice the same thing. We're all gonna eat healthy. We're all gonna train consistently, because people don't understand that also builds a lot of discipline, and that's a very important thing as well. Taking care of your physical health is a discipline thing now, because nowadays it's easy for us to get addicted to things that are bad for us when it comes to our physical health. So just understand, man, that don't take your health for granted. Don't be one of these dudes who think money is more important than your quality of your physical bodily function. Not just if you're strong and if you can run and jump, but how you feel about yourself and how your body is actually functioning overall in its entirety, not just athleticism. So that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.